Would you look at that, guys? Palantir stock is moving yet again. It's currently about 1 p.m., noon to 1 p.m. on the East Coast, and we have Palantir up a whopping 2%. And earlier in the day, we were almost at $24 per share. We have to break down the charts here, as now we're breaking out of another key level, which is awesome for the bulls. That honestly, the bulls have been sleeping. You know, bears hibernate, the bulls have been hibernating in this stock, guys, and it looks like they're coming back to life. We have a lot to cover. Hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, and don't forget to get up to 15 stocks for Moomoo with at least a $100 deposit. We'll talk about that later. That's linked down below, guys, and with that being said, cheers. Let's get into it. So again, PLTR is up 50 cents right now, up over 2%. And earlier in the day, like I said, we hit almost $24. Now we were up around 4%. Again, now we're up 2%. And look, a lot of the selling came in just the past 15-20 minutes, literally. And this looks like a pretty healthy pullback at that. Does it not, guys? I mean, look, we're still holding the 180 SMA. We're holding a higher low. If I draw a trend line out right here, this looks very, very healthy, right? And I wouldn't be surprised, and by the way, you're watching this after the bell, so I wouldn't be surprised if we did rally, bounce off of this, and maybe start pushing towards the high 23s again. Dare I say $24, maybe at some point today. I could be wrong, but either way, we're heading in the right direction. Like I said, bears hibernate, but in this case, for Palantir, man, the bulls have been hibernating the last couple of months, and they're finally waking up. And this is, of course, due to the S&P 500 inclusion. Part of the move is, there's a lot of speculation that during the next rebalance, Palantir will be included in the S&P 500, which we talked about. I think I made a video solely on that about 2 weeks ago, talking about the criteria, all that good stuff that Palantir needs to hit to get in the S&P, and newsflash, they've hit all the criteria. So it's only a matter of time now before they get included. So you guys can see clearly we're breaking out of the highs from yesterday, right? We're obviously seeing that. We have a golden cross. We're above the moving averages on the 5-day, 5-minute. And like I said, we're breaking out of a key level today. Not only the highs from yesterday, but if I pull the layers back a bit more on the 4-hour chart here, let me zoom in and show you this. Do you guys remember this $23 level that we mentioned in my video yesterday? Well, we're breaking out of there. Look at this. I even have the circles from yesterday's video showing you guys where we were looking at, or why we were looking at $23. That was the high from the beginning of April. You guys can see right here in this time period, you can see clearly we hit 23 and failed. And it was also the high right before the earnings that sent Palantir up to the mid 26s, right? You guys can see we hit right around $23 in the end of April. Earnings came out early May. The stock was at about $26.50, and then obviously we tanked all the way down to $20, which is when I started buying pretty aggressively, right? So now we can see we're getting back over 23, and we're trading in this range right here between $23 to about $24.50-ish. And don't get me wrong, it's not like there's no resistances in this range. We are now getting close to the $24 high from where we were. Where did we hit that? We hit that early in April. On the 4th of April, looks like we hit $24.05, $24.10, and that's kind of the next main resistance. If that's able to break, mid-24s could be coming. Then if that were to break, who knows? We could be going even higher. But baby steps, guys, baby steps, and we're getting the steps in the right direction. I'm really liking the way PLTR is looking right now. So again, we took out 23. Now we're in this range right here. And what would be even better would be if we get a golden cross on the 4-hour chart, which if we keep up this momentum, if it keeps moving, eventually that's what we're going to get. We will get a golden cross. It's only a matter of time. So I'm liking the way this is looking, guys. And full disclosure, I'm long PLTR. I've been buying over the past couple of weeks aggressively as we've been consolidating in the low 20s. And like I said before, this pattern looks very similar to what we saw, in this period right here. Do you guys see where we were in this period right here from November to about the beginning of February, a nice 3-month stretch? We kind of downtrended, we cooled off, then we consolidated at about 16 bucks in January heading into February. So we had a 1-month consolidation period, then we took off. It's kind of similar to what we're seeing right now. We downtrended for a couple of months here from 27.50 down to about 20 bucks, right? That was about a one and a half month downtrend, and now we've been consolidating for a good month and a half at 21 bucks, and now we're starting to take off. It looks pretty similar to what we got here, and let's say, for example, if we do get the S&P 500 inclusion, this could end up, dare I say, breaking 25, maybe pushing towards $27 potentially. And of course, that's a double-edged sword. If we don't get the S&P inclusion, do I think it's going to crash under 20 bucks? Not necessarily. No shot, actually. I don't think that for a minute. But do I think it's going to get back down to maybe 21, 22? Sure. Totally possible if we do not get included in the S&P 500. But of course, we'll see. We'll play it by ear. And either way, guys, this is a long-term investment for me. I don't really care. Eventually, I think it will be included in the S&P. But if I'm looking at this with my trader hat on, I would love to see it get included in the S&P so we can maybe trade some calls on it, which, of course, that's very risky. But come on, we like doing that sometimes from here and there, right? From time to time, right? Come on, let's be honest. So what do you guys think about PLTR? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. And again, don't forget to get up to 15 stocks for Moomoo with at least a $100 deposit. Check out the link down below or go to stocksurfs.com/Moomoo or just check out the QR code, guys. Get your stocks. And before you click off, we have a couple more stocks to take a look at. GME, guys, is moving into the mid-30s yet again, up around 7% at the time that I'm making this video, and it sure looks like we're getting a pop off the 50 moving average on the 4-hour chart. Buyers are coming in, you guys can see, and now potentially we're looking to push towards that $40-$45 level again, which I know we're far off from that. We're about $12 off of that, but it looks like we're trying. The Bulls are not done yet, man. Keith Gill, Roaring Kitty, from what I, from my understanding, he's still in his position, which is ballsy, especially holding on to those calls, which I think he's in the, June 21st, $20 call, so he's still up massively on those. But I would have dumped on Monday, but I guess that is a little fishy. If he kind of tweeted on Sunday, popped the market up Monday pre-market, dumped at open, I don't know. That would have looked a bit fishy, even though Wall Street, the institutional investors, they do that behind the scenes all the time. So I get why he didn't do that, sell on Monday, but he's going to have to sell those calls at some point, man. It's a big order. We'll know when he did it. We'll look at the charts, right? We'll see. That can't go. That order can't go untraced or unseen, right? You know what I mean? It's that big of an order. But yeah, either way, GME's up 7%. Looks like we have a lot of green, guys, across the board. Chewy's up even more today, 4%, which this is looking pretty good on the charts. Very overbought, but clearly momentum is still there. Now we're trading in this window right here, which we previously outlined here on the YouTube channel, guys. And it looks like what else is moving? CRM is seeing quite a recovery post earnings. This stock got down at 212. Now we're at 242. So we're up 30 bucks off the lows, or about 15%. Pretty nice move here for CRM, although I'm not convinced the selling is over yet, considering we're still under the moving averages. And clearly now this could be a high or low spot, could it not? Or a low or high, rather, based on previous price action. So I'd be careful with CRM here, but of course, if you're looking at it as a long-term investment, that's a different story. I'm looking at it more as, from a trading perspective right now, looking at the charts. The charts don't look very good quite yet, but we'll see how it plays out. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. Hit the like button, and do not forget to subscribe. Do not forget. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next video.